We are talking to former Orioles, Blue Jays, and Yankees pitcher Josh Towers. Josh, we have a new guy, an executive producer on our network that's a pretty big fan of yours, and he knows a lot about you and your career and your past, and he has a couple of questions to ask you.
Let's go.
Hey, Josh, this is Fish. It's nice talking to you, man. I don't know if I'm the expert that Errol's making me out to be, but I was doing some research for you coming on, and I know you can't see it right now, but we got a clip and an image of, it looks like AROD charging the mound on you back in 2007. And I wanted to ask you two questions. What do you remember about that? And if there was one thing you could change from what happened that day, what would it be, if you could or would?
Yeah, I think I heard everything you say. It sounds very hard to hear. You're off in the distance. But first off, I don't know where you found a video clip, because no one seemed to ever be able to find a video clip of that actually happening, which would be great. Yeah, man, Alex deserved it. He knew it. He knows it. He knew he deserved it. I mean, what he did a couple weeks prior when we were back in Toronto to Howie Clark was just something shady that you don't do. So he was always going to get hit. Major League Baseball just I feel like we missed the boat on hitting him his next at bat. But Major League Baseball stepped in, and then I told you guys before, they always step in when they shouldn't. And Major League Baseball stepped in and told me when we were in New York right afterwards I wasn't allowed to hit him. And so all that does is just kind of fuel the fire and piss you off more. And so it just prolonged something that should have been addressed earlier. I don't know. I thought it worked out pretty well as far as there's one thing that happened that I'm not a fan of, but I thought it worked out pretty well as far as I'm looking at Alex thinking, where am I going to hit him? I can't go to the head. You don't do that. I'm not going to hit him in his butt or his back. I don't throw hard enough for that to hurt. And so having good control, I remember looking at his knee and going, shit, if I hit him right in his knee, that's not going to feel very good. And it's not a shady area to throw it, again, like his head. So I remember hitting him right in his knee perfectly with a little sinker, which was great. And I remember he pulled up his pant leg in between like innings or whatever, and the cameras caught it, and you can see a mark on his knee. And it was like, I couldn't believe that he did that in the dugout to let the cameras catch it. So it was kind of like validation that we got him pretty good. And then we used to promote Major League Baseball, whatever, a video game. And so during the seventh inning, they used to put it on the Jumbotron, and they would bring like two kids from the stands. And for a quick, like at bat, they would have the kids face each other and promote it. And so the next day they set up a game where I was pitching and Alex was hitting for the Yankees, and one of the kids drilled Alex, and the whole stadium goes crazy. Like, it was funny. But the one thing that I do regret is Brandon Lee was one of my teammates, and the second time, and this is Tony Pena's fault, but the second time we fought, Tony Pena was, we were back, everybody was clearing up, everybody went back to the bullpens, and I'm standing on the mound with Lyle Overbay, and Alex is at first base-ish with Tony Pena. And I remember I just heard chirping coming from that area, and I looked at Lyle because I didn't want to look. And I was like, Lyle, please tell me it's not Alex continuing to talk smack. And he looked over there, and it wasn't. It was Tony Pena. Tony was still like running his mouth like he wanted to fight me. And so I went out Tony Pena the second time, kind of cussing at him, and he's cussing at me. And so next thing you know, we bench is clear again, and the bullpen's clear from the bullpens again. And that second time, Brandon Lee had jumped over the fence instead of running down the stairs and going around. And he landed on his knee wrong and ended up on the DL because of it. So that's the only thing I regret, is getting my boy hurt.
Josh, you cursing? No way. You wouldn't do something that bad. No, not you.
In the heat of the moment, no chance. Yeah.